Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I want to talk about a couple of products here that I now really enjoy and that ones that I would absolutely repurchase, and they're products that the first time I tried them, I wasn't really sold on them. I hate to use the term that I hated them because I didn't hate any of these products I'm going to mention today, but they were either products that just didn't work for me initially, or maybe even the type of product was a product that I at one point tended to avoid, but now I really have been enjoying. So the first thing I want to talk about here is actually a primer. Now, this particular primer was never a hate, but the type is. This is the e.l.f. Jellypop Dew Primer. These gripping primers never worked for me. I've tried the one from Milk in like a deluxe sample size. That one was kind of like sometimes it would work for me, sometimes it wouldn't. It was just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of annoyed me a little bit like that because it would work some days and not the others, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Besides, if you bought like the full size of that, it's kind of expensive. Then I tried both of the Power Grip primers from e.l.f., the green one and the pink one. I'm just going to say green and pink. I'm not sure. I know the pink one's that niacinamide, but I'm just going to say green and pink. I tried those as well. They were another that every time I applied them, they would interfere with my sunscreen. My foundation wouldn't lay right over the top of them. They would pill up, or it would sit in weird patches on my skin, like it didn't want to even blend into my skin. I don't know what was happening. Then I tried this one, which is technically one of those gripping primers, especially because e.l.f. says that their Power Grip primers are basically the same thing as this. I didn't personally have that experience. I don't know. I don't know what goes into their ingredients, but to me, this one is the better option. Now, unfortunately, you can't purchase this primer currently, so I hate bringing it up, but with the summer coming up, e.l.f. tends to bring this primer back. Now, what I like to do is really press it into my T-zone area. Well, really all over, but especially in this area right here. Also, excuse this giant knot on my head right here. I have been putting pimple patches on that thing for days. It's one of those really large under the skin ones, and so I know it's right there, but I'm going to be covering it in a minute with some concealer and some foundation. But anyway, but this one, every time I've used this primer, it works beautifully for me. I can definitely understand the hype. I do hope they bring it back, and that's the only reason why I'm mentioning it, because I figured that possibly during the summertime they would bring it back, because they tend to keep doing that. I don't know why they don't just make it a permanent product, because I feel like it would consistently be a bestseller for them. But I just wanted to mention it for that reason, because this type of primer usually never ever works for me. I've tried 3 others and they never work for me. They always interfere with my sunscreen, and I've mentioned many times I love that sunscreen. It's the one from Sunbum, their Face 50. I don't want to switch my sunscreen just because of a primer not working for me, but this one actually does work. And it's so nice to finally have one that does. And I love this one. I'm going to be sad when I use it all up, because you can see I've used quite a lot of it. I do hope they bring it back, and that's the only reason why I'm mentioning it. But if they do bring it back, I definitely will be repurchasing it. And I mean, it is a primer that I would definitely recommend, especially if you've had issues with other gripping primers. You might really enjoy this one, so I'm hoping they bring it back. The next product is one that I avoided eyeliners like I don't know what. I never wore them. If I wore any eyeliner on my lash line, I always would take an eyeshadow. But when I tell you that I've been loving this one from ColourPop and been wearing it daily, this is their Creme Gel Liner in Brouhaha, which is still available. I thought that it was a limited edition shade, but no, you can still purchase this one. And it is a beautiful, rich brown. And I've been loving this so much. I've been wearing it every single day. Now, what I like to do is take it and apply it, and then take a small angle brush and just lightly smooth it out with that, because I'm not the best at creating like a really even line. So I like to have a little brush to help me do that, but this is a formula that you actually can do that. I have tried a liner that was a little bit more on the pricier side, and it did not want to budge. It was, you know what, if I talk about it, it'll make me mad. We'll talk about this one. This is the good one, and I really love this liner. It just glides so easily where I want it to go. I don't have to tug my eyelid. Okay, and I'm just going to do it like that. That's kind of like a very rough line. And then I like to go over it with my little brush here to smooth it out. And then we just have something like that. Probably not even completely because, like I said, I'm not the best at doing lines, but I've been wearing it and you can just see the difference it makes. I've been wearing it daily, and I never thought that I would be that person because I never really cared for eyeliner. But now it's something that I've really been enjoying, especially like on a day like this where you see the very subtle eyeshadow that I'm wearing. I'm not wearing a lot, which I don't typically wear a lot of eyeshadow these days anyway, unless I'm specifically filming for like an eye look tutorial or something, but I love this when I'm wearing that simple eyeshadow because it just makes your eyes pop. And then I've just been wearing that every single day. I've just been enjoying it, and then a lot of times I will take an eyeshadow from my I Need a Nude palette from Natasha Denona, specifically the shade Silhouette. I'll take that shade and apply it over the top. Now that liner lasts fine just on its own, but I love to use that shade over the top of it. It's basically the same shade, and it's a good way for me to be able to continue using the shade in this palette as well. And by the way, the only thing that's on my lids is from this palette. I just mix the shades Mesh and Fair together, like these two shades right here. Just tap back and forth. I love this palette so very much, and I just try to get as much wear as I possibly can. So I'm just going to take that same liner brush, and I'm going to take the shade Silhouette, and I'm just going to apply it over the top of this liner, which, like I said, the eyeliner lasts perfectly on its own, but I like doing this because it's a good way for me to also continue using a deeper shade in an eyeshadow palette, because I normally don't use deeper eyeshadows that much. So this is me just really ultimately trying to continue to hit pan in this palette because I've hit 2 so far. And because I'm not the best at making these lines, sometimes applying the powder eyeshadow over the top of it really helps smooth it out even more. Okay, the next product that I did absolutely dislike the first time I used this. I have a video when I was trying this out for the first time talking about how much I dislike this. However, it's really just the shade I dislike. This is the NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. Now this one is in the shade Fair. This is way, way, way too light for me. This shade tends to run really light, so I definitely, when I repurchase it in the future, I need to definitely go up some shades because this is way too light. But I love to pair it up with the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum, which is a little bit more, well, kind of like my skin tone, maybe just a touch deeper than my skin tone, and I think these make an excellent pairing. So what I like to do with this is I like to apply this with a brush, and I'm just going to grab this Sigma E57 I have right here, and I just like to take it and apply it like this. You definitely don't need much of this because it is quite pigmented, and then apply it right in here. And you can just see it's really light for me, but it's not a big deal once the concealer is on. Just run that right in here on that darkest part of my under eye. I actually applied the perfect amount this time. Sometimes I go completely overboard. But I've actually really been enjoying this, and I would love to have like my actual skin tone shade, then I wouldn't have to put anything over the top of it. Now this line does also have corrector shades, I believe, as well, if you're more into the actual correcting. I have correctors that I like, already, so I would be more interested in getting like my actual skin tone shade. But it does work really, really well, and when you lay that other concealer over the top of it, it looks so pretty. It makes like a really pretty combo, and it's just interesting to me. I wanted to do this video because it's nice to keep giving products chances over and over and over and seeing that they ultimately do work for you in the end, which, hey, I'm happy about because I don't want to ever dislike a product. I want my products to work for me because, I mean, you know, you spend your money on them, you want them to work. And I like knowing that now some of these that I initially disliked or just didn't like the type of product, I'm finding ones that work for me. Okay, now I'm going to take the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I just like to take a little dot of that on my finger and apply that right over the top. And then I just like to blend it out with my finger here. And I just think the two of them make such a beautiful combo. Of course, I know they're the same brand, but the shades, these particular shades work very well together since one is just way too light for me and the other one is more or less a perfect match. I just think it gives me such a beautiful under eye. Okay, I'm going to apply my foundation over the top because I want you to be able to see it over that primer. So I'm going to be using my Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. This one's in 1C. This is a little light for me right now, so I've been mixing it with the Say Glowy Super Gel in Sun Glow, which I almost have an empty on the sample size, so maybe I can finish it. This foundation and everything works for me. This is just because I want you to see how this applies over the top. So I'm just mixing that Say product in with that foundation. And then I'm just going to take my little sponge that I got from Dollar Tree that's supposed to be a peach. I'm going to apply that over the top. Sponge sounds funny. I wonder if there's still soap in here. Because I didn't wash it, so sometimes I feel like I don't get all the soap out because it sounds odd. Okay, I want you to see, because usually the foundation doesn't lay well in here when I have that any kind of gripping primer, but you can see how beautifully this one lays over the top. This was where I always had like the issue, like right in here. So I never have an issue with it, and I'm really glad about that because, you know, it's about time. I finally found one of these gripping primers that actually worked for me. The fourth product that I initially disliked, and now I've really been enjoying it because I've been using it so much, like on the daily basis, is my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This one is in the shade Airy. You can see just how much I've used of this because this is a domed product, like a baked product, and really where most of that product is going is I love to take a brush, like a dense brush, and then really put it on my neck because I use a tinted, either like a tinted sunscreen or a foundation on my neck to make my neck match my body and my face. And then I like to set over it with powder so it's not like sticky, you know what I mean? So I've been using this consistently there, so that's where the majority of the use of this has gone. And I have it on my neck right now. And it just smooths everything out, I feel like, a little bit more on my neck. Like, I definitely notice it, especially when I'm editing back my videos. I notice how much smoother my neck looks than sometimes my face does. And it's really because of this, because this is what I'm wearing over the top of any product. And what I used not to like about this on the face is that I mentioned how cakey I feel like it could become. And I still stand by that. This, to me, is, I've heard a lot of reviews where people would say, oh, you can apply so much of this and it's never going to look cakey. Now, that is not my personal experience with it. If you apply a small amount, which is what I've been doing lately, then it does look beautiful in the skin. But I don't believe that if you sat there and applied this over and over and over, that it would not look cakey, because it absolutely would. So that was always my issue with it, is that I felt like it always looked cakey on me, but I was over applying it. So what I like to do is take an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, and then I just like to swirl once and then really tap off that excess. And then go in right here into my T-zone area, which make sure any concealer's pressed out, and then lightly set that area. And I feel like it just gives me a little bit of that smoothness, but without looking too cakey, which was always my issue with this powder. But the more and more I used it on my neck, the more I realized I wanted to make it work for my face because I like the way it looked. It makes my skin look smoother. And this is the way I've been able to make it work for me. Just take that one little swirl and then really tap off the excess and then just press it in. And I feel like that's the best way that I can get it to work for me. You know, you could also take more of a fluffier brush if you want a little bit more, like maybe you don't want to use such a dense brush for this product, which I can see that too. I like to run some in my brows so they don't feel too sticky from like the foundation or any product. And this is just the way I've been using this powder. And it's been working for me beautifully. And I'm glad because I used not to like it and I wanted to like it. Especially considering how many people absolutely love it. You can see. Like it doesn't look powdery. I applied some on the chin. I feel like it doesn't look powdery. Now, it's not gonna fully mattify. It's just not that type of powder, at least the way I'm using it. So, you know, I get that if you need more of a matte look, then this might not be the best powder to go for. But I'm just so glad that I finally made it work for me. And it's actually one that, yeah, when I finish it, I want to repurchase it. Strangely enough, because initially me using it this much on my neck was really actually me trying to work it out of my collection. And now I'm actually considering repurchasing it. So, you know, it's interesting to see how makeup products work. I like that the more chances you give something, the more you might actually end up loving it, and that's what's happened for me with all these products I'm talking about, and I'm glad. Okay, the fifth and final product that I'm going to talk about is this one right here from NYX. This is their Slim Lip Pencil in the shade Pale Pink. Now, I love the Slim Lip Pencils. I have another shade called Natural that I really do love. This shade, when I initially tried it, I felt like, oh no, that shade is way too light for me, and it is. It is definitely too pale on its own. It's not something that I personally would feel comfortable wearing by itself, but one way I've been loving wearing it is, let me go ahead and apply this, and then I'll show you the product I've been loving to place on top. And just fill in the top lip. And blot it down. My lips are really dry right now, so you'll just have to excuse it. It's definitely not the lip liner. My lips are really dry. I forgot to do lip prep. And see, that's this shade by itself. That is not a shade that I would really want to wear on its own. I don't think it's the worst thing, but I feel like it would just take a lot of getting used to if you wore it by itself. And actually, this was in a video probably about a year ago on my channel where I was trying out some products in my collection that I was thinking of decluttering. And in that video, I mentioned actually about decluttering this, but I ended up keeping it because, I don't know, I ended up pairing it up with something else and liking it, but here's the way I like it now. This right here from ColourPop, this is their Luxe Lip Oil in Team Jacob. This is from their Twilight collection. This over the top makes the most beautiful cool tone lip combo. Watch. Look at that. It makes such a beautiful cool tone lip combo. But I think it makes such a pretty combo. I don't know, there's just something about it that I really do like. But there you have it, these 5 makeup products that I initially hated or just disliked, or just the type of product never worked for me, and I found one that finally does. I don't know, I thought this would be an interesting video to watch. I mean, I like seeing videos like this where maybe a creator initially, and it could be the opposite, they might initially love something and then end up hating it, or it might be like this where they disliked it at first but now they absolutely love it. And these products for me, they had a turnaround moment, and I'm happy they did because now I know I didn't waste my money on them, and they're products that I would actually really love finishing in my collection, and then I would end up repurchasing them. Assuming that the e.l.f. one does come back, of course. That one might not come back, but I'm hoping it does. But the rest of them are still available, and I hope that they stay available because they are really lovely products. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. Follow me on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and all of these products will be listed and linked for you below. They are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission, and if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!